Interview with Natalie, the owner of VWax. So his next question is interview process. What sort of questions would you ask to make sure that you're getting the right staff members?
So, questioning and interviewing it can be quite nerve-wracking, especially if you are a beginner and taking on your first members of staff. It can be nerve-wracking even if you've been, in the industry years. Getting the right people is your hardest task in business by far. In a previous video, I've talked about doing a SWOT analysis, which is where you understand the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats to your business. Ideally, you want to take on someone that can help with your weaknesses as such. But obviously, when it comes to interviewing, the person who is coming for the interview is always going to be on their best behaviour. They're always going to say what you want to hear. You've almost got to reverse that. You don't necessarily want to hear about all the good and the this and that and the other, because anyone can talk, but actioning is completely different. I personally get them straight away to do a personality test. So there's 16 different personalities, and getting an understanding. I mean, they might not even know what their personality is. So getting them to do a personality test, and you can find these online. Some are free, some you pay for. Get them to do a personality test, and then at the end of that, you've got a very good understanding of their natural personality. And that personality test asks a variation of questions, scenarios, and everything like that. So first of all, start with that. And then from that, I would almost give them, like a pen and paper questionnaire kind of. It's not a test, but it is getting an understanding so that they can think for themselves and they can put forward what they think without being put in on the spot. People react different to interviews and whatnot, so it almost gives them a chance to, bring themselves forward without, being put on the spot. So I generally would do something like that. If obviously anyone wants to know what I have in that, then by all means, comment below, and I'll do a video of that. And then I will get to the personal questioning. Let them tell me, what their strengths, what their weaknesses are, how they see themselves progressing in the business, where you see yourself in, 5 years. The general sort of questions that you would ask in an interview, but I would also do a bit of a flip reverse and, ask them questions such as what is the wildest thing you've done on a night out? So obviously it's not the general question, but it puts them on the spot to bring forward an embarrassing, or you can almost gauge the kind of personality from relaxing them a little bit into their personal life. And not many employers would do this, but I want to see who their natural personality is in order to see if they really fit the role. So I do ask probably about 5 questions or so that have nothing to do with business, have nothing to do with the role, but gives me an understanding of who and what they are, like in their personal life, because that gives you a good gauge of, will they fit into the team? Will they not fit into the team? So yeah, make sure your interview process is very, very varied so that you can get a full understanding of that person, because like I said, in every interview, that person will come across as very professional. They can say they're organised, they can say this and that and the other, but reality, once it actually comes to it, can be quite different.